Hi guys, welcome to AdamMcKola TV. I am Adam. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has officially been sacked by Manchester United. It came just over an hour ago, 10:30 a.m. UK time. Manchester United released this statement. It read, Manchester United announces that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has left his role as manager. Ole will always be a legend at Manchester United, and it is with regret that we have reached this difficult decision. While the past few weeks have been disappointing, they should not obscure all the work he has done over the past 3 years to build foundations for long-term success. Ole leaves with our sincerest thanks for his tireless efforts as manager and our very best wishes for the future. His place in the club's history will always be secure, not just for his story as a player, but as a great man and a manager who gave us many great moments. He will forever be welcomed back at Old Trafford as part of the United family. Michael Carrick will now take charge of the team for forthcoming games while the club looks to appoint an interim manager until the end of the season. Now, obviously, we have the news in regards to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer there, but probably the most important part of this statement, because of the fact we already knew Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was going to be sacked yesterday. I did a video reacting to the news that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was going to be sacked yesterday. It was made official about 12, 13 hours later. The most interesting bit in that is the club will look to appoint an interim manager until the end of the season. So it looks like the club aren't in the position at this moment in time to get their permanent choice. And it's likely we could see an interim manager between now until the end of the season. But we are also hearing links to the likes of Luis Enrique, Ten Hag, Zinedine Zidane, Brendan Rodgers. There's so many different links to different managers. But first things first, let's talk about the man that departs, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And look, I was someone that expected the sacking to come before the international break. I went away for a few weeks during the international break, and I didn't expect to make any videos while I was away. And I thought Ole might get sacked. And if that happens, I probably need to do a video on it. So I brought a camera with me just because I kind of expected it to happen. It didn't happen. I didn't do any videos in the end. But that was the feeling when I left. I came back. He's obviously still in charge. He takes charge of the Watford game. And you look at some of the decisions going into that Watford game. The team selection, for example. Maguire, McTominay, Matic, all in some sort of three there. I understand bringing Matic in, but pairing him with McTominay, Maguire not being held accountable for his poor performances. Eric Bailly, who comes in, plays well, is then dropped. Maguire keeps his spot, is not playing well. Luke Shaw keeps his spot, is not playing well. Donny van der Beek still on the bench. The team selection was a head scratcher. And I said it a few weeks ago. McTominay and or Fred and the selection of them will be the end of Ole. Now, I think our issues run deeper than that, because that's probably a little bit unfair. And I think our issues do run a lot deeper than that in terms of, you know, how good the football has been in this season. The lack of cohesion, the lack of direction. There's been so many things wrong with Manchester United. And ultimately that's led to, I think, seeing a dressing room that like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but maybe don't respect him as a manager or believe he's the man to take him forward from here. Now, the first 2 years of his reign, bar winning a trophy, I think he got a lot of things spot on. Now, to be a successful Man United manager, you've got to win the Premier League or the Champions League, in my opinion. So you're probably not going to call him a success, but I felt he got a lot of things right. But in this season, he was in danger of throwing that all away. Now, I don't think he has done that. I think he leaves us in a fantastic position. Although, you know, we're into a season now in November where we're already out the title race, which is annoying. But he leaves us in a stronger position. Back-to-back Champions League finishes for the first time since Fergie and all that. A great away run. Incredible away run. Some incredible nights. But again, no trophies. And you have to be winning trophies to be deemed a success. But I think he has improved us. But he was in danger of all that unravelling massively. And I thought, going into the game against Watford, I thought we'd see a result. If not a performance, I thought we'd see a result. And the fact that not even that came, you know, against a Watford side we should be beating, I think spoke volumes. And you were seeing players that he's relied upon for week in, week out, month in, month out, let him down. Maguire getting sent off, McTominay giving away the penalty, etc., etc. You're seeing that happen, and you're thinking, these are people you've relied upon. Your man Donny van der Beek, who you've not given an opportunity to, comes on and is our best player. And I think the writing's been on the wall for a while. I think this decision would have been made if an obvious choice was available. If United won Conte, he was sacked before, before the Spurs game, maybe after the Spurs game. I know we beat Spurs, but nevertheless, if Zidane wanted the job, you probably see him sacked already. So I do think that he's been fortunate to hold on to his job until now. Not by too long, by a few weeks maybe. But I have felt the writing's been on the wall. We've been sleepwalking towards this. I said it after the Everton game. It felt like this was his severe moment. You know, that moment where you feel like everything's... You can't salvage anything out of this. And the performances showed just that. And now Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is officially not Man United manager. The right decision, but it's still a sad one. You know, I love the guy. I remember when he retired, I was probably close to tears then. He's someone that obviously Man United fans have in their hearts. He's a legend of the football club. But this is the right thing to do at this moment in time. He's been given time. He's maybe been given more time than many expected. Yes, he got some things right along the way. But I think now is the time to pass the baton on. I think he's done as much as he possibly can with this Manchester United team. And I think the expectation gobbled him up. I really do. Getting back-to-back Champions League, signing the likes of Ronaldo, Varane, Sancho. I think the expectation that come with that has almost swallowed him up. And when I used to look at Roy Keane, I used to see a man that reflected his manager. And when I look at our current captain, I see a man that reflects his manager. Lacking confidence, out of depth. I think it's a mirror image. And I think one of the first things the next manager will do is change captain. That's not to say I think Harry Maguire isn't a good player. I think he's a lot better than what we're seeing at this moment in time. I don't think he's an £80 million player. But I think he's better than what we're seeing. I think a lot of players are better than what we're seeing. But I also don't think he's Manchester United captain material. And I think that needs to be addressed ASAP. So there's a lot of things that need addressed at United. We are in a better position than when he picked us up as manager. You could argue that maybe that time to pass the baton on was in the summer. But Ole departs us. Disappointing fashion. Sad manner. You don't want to see this happen. It's the right time though. And now we need to look forward. And I don't have any confidence that the guys in control of Manchester United at this moment in time will make the right decision. Now you're hearing a lot of talk at this moment. Zinedine Zidane's being spoken about. It was Zinedine Zidane, I think, is a very good coach. You can't deny that when you look at what he's achieved. It doesn't feel like that one's going to happen. Brendan Rodgers, I don't want that one to happen. Ten Hag, I'd be all for that to happen. But again, mid-season, it feels like that probably won't. Rob Dorset from Sky is reporting that Cristiano Ronaldo is keen for Luis Enrique to become the new Manchester United manager. He's likely to be considered for the role along with Zinedine Zidane and Erik ten Hag. Cristiano Ronaldo had concluded quickly United would not succeed as long as Solskjaer was manager, but implored teammates to remain professional and respect Solskjaer. Some Man United players, this is from the MEN, not from Rob Dorset. Some Man United players resented Harry Maguire's promotion to captain. A player questioned why he was swiftly discarded, yet Maguire and Fred were often retained despite underperforming. Even a player's father accepted his son had been crap for weeks. Ed Woodward was told, let me see what this is. Mark Ogden posted Man United's hierarchy had become aware of the concerns over the quality of coaching team and offered Solskjaer every level of support and told him he could have whatever he needed to put it right. Ed Woodward was told, however, that Solskjaer believed his coaches were world class. Now that's remarkable in itself now. It's showing faith in your guys, but when you've got alarm bells ringing and you're being given an opportunity to potentially rescue the situation, maybe you should consider that. Mark Ogden also reported that Solskjaer rejected the opportunity to make changes to his backroom team despite concerns among some of the Man United players that the coaching methods and tactical demands were too one-dimensional, lacking in imagination and new ideas. Several players became exasperated by Solskjaer and his coach's ability to make the team better, with one source saying the players regarded the training as too British and unsuited to the requirements of the modern game at the elite level. A damning indictment. And as I said, when the expectation came and when we were expected to compete with the Tuchels, Peps and the Klopps of this world, we were unable to do it. Man United are confident Solskjaer's permanent successor will have a strong foundation to build on. We need to make the right decision though, because I think we are in a position where we've got a good squad and stuff, but that could change very quickly. Cristiano Ronaldo feels some players in the United squad want it too easy, and he's not the only person who was around when United were winning trophies who has been alarmed by the drop in standards. Fletcher, Carrick, probably looking at. One senior executive at a rival club expressed astonishment that United had awarded Solskjaer a new 3-year contract in the summer, but reflected the wider move within the game was it's no bad thing for the rest of us. The Telegraph also report an interim appointment would give United time to find a permanent long-term successor, with many of the candidates the club would favour, such as Pochettino, Rodgers and Ten Hag currently in jobs. I'm hoping we're not favouring Rodgers any more. But some damning indictments there. And look, United have given contracts now to Ole just before he's been sacked and to Jose Mourinho just before he'd been sacked. We gave David Moyes a 5-year one or 6-year contract. Brisson from Brisson with the super chat says, no, it's not the time. The time was before the break. Now he's just used as the hangman like people demanded in the Middle Ages. Should have waited until break. I don't think you can wait till the next international break. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. I don't think you can wait till the next international break because of how far it was. But I do agree that the decision probably should have been made earlier. What the fuck does too British mean? Says NDJ. Probably old school British tactics, I assume. Fletcher and Carrick need to go too, says I don't give a fuck. It's a bizarre one to keep them in charge, and hopefully they're not in charge for a long term. Do you know what I mean? Because, well, Fletcher's not part of the coaching team currently, but Carrick is and has been. VK says, don't forget the incompetence of the board. Ole and the team should have gone after the Liverpool game. Now we're in a more messy situation. Correct, says correct VK. Totally agree. And I'm not, everyone that watches this channel and watches Paddock and watches Kickoff knows I'm not one of those guys that's knee-jerk. I was with Van Gaal, Moyes, Mourinho to the bitter end. Even when I felt like this is over, this is done, I was still with him hoping to turn it around. Same with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. After Everton, I thought it was done, but I wanted him to turn it around. I'm not that guy to jump quickly and say, get this manager sacked. Right? I hate doing all that stuff and being knee-jerk. But even I felt like it was time a few weeks ago. And I think a lot of fans started to think it's time a few weeks ago. And look, this decision that United have made isn't surprising. It isn't surprising at all. But it's still sad, isn't it? It's still sad. Now we need to make the right decision for the next manager. Who is that going to be? I really do not have a clue. People still say Mauricio Pochettino could be a candidate to take over as United manager in the summer. He's never played down the prospect of being interested in United, and it's understood he would not do so now. It's probably because he feels like his position isn't untenable at PSG. I'd say people always ask me who my choices would be. My top 3 choices would be Ten Hag, Zidane, and Pochettino still. You reckon this could be a painful season if we have to wait to the summer for a manager? Yeah, I would hope that we'd get someone in, this is probably a dream, but a Ralph Rangnick for a short term or something like that. Again, that's probably a dream. So we sack Ollie but keep everyone else. Has anything actually changed? Says Oz. Shahar says Rangnick till Ten Hag is ready, then move Rangnick to DOF. Things like that are just too good to be true, right? Poch couldn't even win League One with PSG. Sitting top of the league at the moment, isn't he? Next manager needs his own staff with him, says Alex. Zidane has better experience, says Deepak. The coaching staff need to show some dignity and shame. They should follow Ollie's footsteps by leaving, says Joe. I even wouldn't mind Laurent Blanc as the interim, says Crunk King. My heart ache, man, says Kieran. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I messaged Paul and I messaged the lads yesterday saying, why did I expect this to happen? And it still hurts. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird, but there you go. Anyway, guys, the decision has been done. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is no longer Manchester United manager. Who next? Not confident it'll be the right decision by the board, but whoever it is, we'll get behind them like we did with Ole and pray for the best, I guess. But we've got a good enough squad to be hopefully, with the right manager, moving in the right direction, because I do think from when the moment Ole's taken over, when you look at the team and the squad then, we're in a much better shape. Still in the Champions League. Obviously need to get a result against Villarreal and or Young Boys to qualify and go through to the next round. There's still something to play for if we get the next decision right. But as I said, I'm not sure we do get it right. I'm not sure we do. The right decision has been made to sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, even if it is a painful one. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be back with more. We'll obviously have the McKola and Rory podcast out tomorrow. We'll have a clip from that as well up for you guys. Until next time, though, I have been AdamMcKola. I'm out of here. I've just noticed the super chat, so I can't be rude and not read it. Board needs to find a manager that fits the club from A to Z. Ole got lots correct and pointed the entire club back to the United way, just not all the way. I have zero faith in the board making a sensible appointment, sadly, says Mr. Glenn Johnson with the super chat. Grab that Europa. No, not the Europa trophy, says Jagger. Benjamin says, nice tan. Cheers, man. I hope we can win some games now, says Simple Dude. Winning a game of football would be nice, wouldn't it? Anyway, till next time, I'm out of here.